Hello, everyone. This week we are learning about Faith Ringgold, who is a Black American artist from Harlem in New York, and she's actually still alive. This year she's turning 90 years old, which is kind of fun and exciting. She's an amazing artist that has some very, very colorful, interesting work, but also in trying to get a positive message across to people. So we're going to be making a picture of somewhere you wish you could fly to, because she did a picture called Tar Beach, and it's children flying in the sky. And we'll look at the book, of course. And so we are deciding, and this is just using your complete imagination and what you would wish and hope could happen, but where you would fly to if you could fly to anywhere. I chose Cannon Beach, Oregon, because that is my happy place. I love Cannon Beach. It's relaxing and beautiful and quiet, not crowded. It'd be the perfect place to be at right now with all the craziness going on in the world. Um, but you could choose anything. I almost chose where my son goes to school, because then I could go visit him, which of course would be nice. The only reason I chose this one over my son is I thought drawing a picture of the beach would be a nice picture, where for my son, I would have to draw a picture of New Orleans, and that's not as relaxing. So, and then you have a very colorful, interesting border that's going to go around your picture, because she calls her works of art quilts. It's a combination of fabric that she has sewed and paintings that she paints right on the fabric. So she's very interesting, very unique, great woman. I look forward to teaching you about her, and I also look forward to seeing where you would fly to if you could fly to anywhere. If you are Virtual Academy and working from home, I emailed you a PDF of this border with an empty box here, and then it has my writing. So your parents need to check their email if they haven't printed it out and given it to you, and that way you can print it out and create your picture. If you're here on campus in person, I have this ready for you. If you just found me on the internet and you're not one of my students, it's super easy. Just take a ruler, create yourself a border, fill it with shapes and different kinds of lines, and then write down where you could fly to if you could fly anywhere. Okay, so same thing as always: pencil, paper, Sharpie if you have it. If you're creating your own border, you need a ruler and something to color with. So let's get our stuff together and get started. Okay, so we're going to start out with you flying over your picture, and you want to have you somewhere at the top. You could be over here on the top left, the top middle, or the top right. If you're worried that you might run out of room, the middle might be a good idea, and that's where I'm going to start. So I'm right up here in this top portion. I'm going to start right over here, kind of under where the X is next to the star. And for your head, we're going to just draw a circle. And I realize your head is not a perfect circle, but we're doing this kind of cartoon-like. Okay. Then you're going to draw your body. And your body is going to be almost an oval, but it comes out right here and right here. And it comes down your waist will be like right here, and notice how that's a little curved line, and then I'm going to kind of connect that together. All right, so again, notice where it's coming out of the head and the little waist there. Okay, then I'll make a little curved line here and here, and that will turn into the legs. All right. Then you can make a little end of the pants there, kind of evening out the body a little bit here. It wouldn't be quite so broken up. And then just do the little jelly bean shoes. They would be pointing down. Okay. Then you can have your arm. Right here, draw looking upside down. See, this is kind of like when we did Mario. And so you have the little arm here, and then the elbow's here, and the arm's going to come forward like this. And then you'd have your little hand because you're flying. All right, and then you'd have your other arm would probably be kind of going forward like this. And make another little hand here. All right. If you want to have a cape, like you're flying like a superhero, you could draw a little cape here. You want to draw your hair. We've talked a lot about hair in the past. Girls, if you want it kind of flying in the wind. All right, and guys, obviously your hair would be shorter. And then, of course, you're looking at the people looking at your picture. So you have your eyes, you have your nose, just do a nice simple nose, and your mouth. And you would be happy because you're flying where you want to go. All right, I'm going to kind of put some little pockets on my pants here. And I wouldn't be able to see through my arm, of course. And that's it. I'm flying. So cute. All right. So then the next thing is to draw where you're going. Okay, so my place that I want to go to is Cannon Beach, Oregon. So with my pencil down here, I'm going to write Cannon Beach, Oregon. All right, and if you're here in person and you need help with the spelling of wherever you want to go, I can help you. If you're virtual, and if we're live, meeting live, but I guess if we are, you wouldn't be watching this video. So if you're watching this video, you'll have to ask an adult in your house to help you, or just get it as close as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. But I wanted to go to Cannon Beach. So you're going to try to draw the place you're going to and try to not get too hung up on the fact that you're flying over it and kind of in the way. All right, so first I'm going to draw the beach at Cannon Beach, and it kind of goes in an angle like this because you're looking at it from the side. So this would all be sand. Then the water would kind of be going straight across like this. And then and you have this is kind of the foamy beach. So this is like the foam kind of coming up on the sand. And then in the water out here, we have these really cool rocks. I'm going to try to draw them. My body's going to be overlapping them. So I'm going to start off with the big rock. It's out in the water. And again, I'm just letting my body overlap it. Draw the bottom of the rock, and it's just out in the water. When it's high tide, these rocks are completely surrounded by water. And when it's low tide, you could actually go out there and look around. If you ever go to Oregon, be sure you go to this place. It's like, I went one time and it's like my favorite place now. I love it so much. If I win the lottery, the first thing I'm going to do is go there and buy a house. All right, and so then you would have the sky. You'd have some kind of wispy clouds because you're on the ocean. Got all that nice salty air. And you have the beach. Okay, so then the next step would be to Sharpie it. Okay, so I'm going to Sharpie my whole picture, just like we always do. So that's the line where the sand is. This is where the kind of foam is. I'm holding my Sharpie really loose, so it's not quite as solid a line as the sand. Going over my horizon line for the water, and so on, okay? Now I am going to fast forward to finish my Sharpie. You can hit pause to do your Sharpie, and then we will talk about coloring. So I'm going to fast forward, beginning now. Okay, so I finished Sharpieing and I erased any pencil I could still see. And now what I want to do, and what I encourage you to do, is where you wrote where you're going to fly, I encourage you to take a colorful pen or a colorful marker and trace over it. And that way it helps where you're wishing you could go. It helps it to stand out from what Miss Thompson already wrote, which is, if I could fly anywhere, I would fly to, and you put yours. So I'm going over it with a colorful Sharpie. Doesn't have to be a Sharpie though. You could do it with, any colored marker, even colored pencils, colored pens, gel pens. All right, and so now we need to color. You can color with what you would like to color with. You could do markers, crayons, colored pencils, or a little bit of all of them. Just no scribbling, no rushing, okay? So I'm planning to use my markers, my Crayola markers. I may end up using some other things as well, but I'm going to fast forward to color mine. I encourage you to hit pause and color yours, and then we're going to talk about this border here. All right, so I'm going to fast forward beginning now. Okay, so as you can see, I finished coloring my picture. I used a combination of markers and crayons. And now I need to color the border around it. This is kind of like the border of Faith Ringgold's quilts. So that's where this is inspired from. You want to use lots of bold, bright colors. You can use crayons, markers, or colored pencils, whatever you prefer. All of them are fine. And no scribbling. Color in one direction, color nice and neat, cover the white. Okay, so I have my, good old Crayola markers again. So I'm going to use these, and I'm going to get started. Oh. You can tell this is right after school. If you were able to hear that, you may not have been able to hear it. But I'm going to take my markers and I'm going to color this. I'm going to fast forward to color mine. You can hit pause to color yours, and then we will wrap things up. So I'm going to fast forward beginning now. Okay, and there's my completed picture. I think it turned out really cute. I like how it's nice and colorful. I accidentally messed up on my eyebrows. I didn't mean for them to be going at that angle, and so it looked kind of like I'm evil. That wasn't my intention. But other than that, I think it's cute. But it's a good lesson in that sometimes things get messed up, and you just plow forward and keep going. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson and learning about Faith Ringgold. She's a really neat lady, and be sure to send me your pictures, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a great week.